Hello, welcome. Nature Infused Ash here. Tuning in from Alberta, Canada. Welcome, welcome. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Drop a comment. Say hi from where you're from. Come on, come on. All right then. Yes. Yep. And we have Jilly. Anyways, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Thank you, Grey Boa. Hello, Julie. Welcome, Maynard. Maine is here. Welcome, Maine. Hey, Keith. Sasquatch Confessions. Hello. Welcome, all of you. California. Welcome. So, I guess there's a couple topics I could touch on from the last expedition out. Oh, I'm sorry if she barks. Anyways, definitely had some cool interactions. Was left a gift by Sasquatch, which they totally put in my mind with telepathy. So we were riding the bikes down to the waterfalls, and all of a sudden I get this image. Oh, you should put two stones together and stack them just to have fun and play around with Todd. And I'm like, interesting. Okay, no. And I didn't understand why that happened. And then on the way back, closer to the base camp, mosquitoes, there was two stacked rocks on top of each other, and it's pretty cool. I'll make probably just the shorts out of it, but like the subtlety of what Sasquatch does when he's leaving or they are leaving gifts, just so you know that it was left by a Sasquatch, not a human. I mean, not a bear. Bears are getting that intelligent. Squirrels. Maynard wood knocks out here. That's awesome. Did I hear wood knock when I was out there? I believe I did. I really enjoy wood knocks more than, you know, rock on rock. I had a tree pushed over. So that was pretty cool. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Yeah, I believe, and kind of a knower as well, as I've had live interactions and have eyewitnessed them 7 times, even though it's probably been more than that. King Cobra, welcome. Is there snakes there? No, not. I mean, a gardener snake, if you even come across snakes. So not really anywhere in Alberta or in BC. If you were to go deeper into the interior where it's probably more humid and rainforest like, then you got the rattlers, but we don't really go in that area. So welcome, Jimmy. Yes, you feel those knocks. You do feel them. Hello, welcome, move on. Scooter bug. And you were, thank you. How tall are they? I mean, the ones that I have seen, they're about nine, nine, 9 foot. The two clearest ones that I've saw. So the one I saw last year in July when he was standing by the tree and he stepped out, he was about 9 feet, and he was really thick in the shoulders, no neck, just head, shoulders, thick, broad shoulders. And yeah, so the one I saw when he was walking towards the gifting hill, he was about the 10-11 foot mark. And I mean, it's hard because, there's something we've never really been exposed to. So it's really, can be hard to comprehend. It hits that cognitive dissonance, right? Are they gentle giants? I have seen gentleness. And I'm again, like, it could be, let's say, if someone perceives them as not so gentle, it's probably because they're hitting that fear factor inside their own body, in their mind. It's like, oh my gosh, like when I first discovered that they were real and they were whooping and crashing all along in the bush, I mean, was it gentle? No, but it was mind-blowing. And now that I've worked with them for the past couple years and have noticed how gentle they are and the subtleties, they just want to teach and help us remember our gifts and, what we are capable of when we interact with nature and them. Hello, thank you, welcome, welcome, welcome. Maynard, ones I have seen are from 5 to 8 feet tall. Yeah, see, so that's awesome. And they're not just tall, right? They're thick. They have broad shoulders. They're really big in that sense, right? Willie, do it and Betty don't. Welcome. Are there gifts that have certain meanings, you think? Yeah. And with those gifts, you'll hear the meaning behind that. But that, again, there's two of us, which were two stones on top of each other. And just subtly, like, it was stone, and then he was sitting on the side, and you could see all the way. Like, I recorded it so you guys could see the whole angle, every angle, the subtleties of how they placed it. And then the white coating of the rocks is always on the same side. So they just notice what you notice is what they're saying too, right? Boom, boom, boom. And what else? So when we were gifted, the one back in 2021 when I went on my first expedition ever was 4. So there was 4 of us, and the stones, there was 4 stones. And then even the one time, so they do have different meanings, because the other time I think there were 7 stones, and that kind of represented more of their tribe, how many were in their tribe when they left those gifts in that area. Such a beautiful area you're in. Thank you, thank you. Right now we're in Alberta. I find the meaning for them myself come to me later on, not always, but mostly, right? Well, because you have to integrate. It's a processing. We can't just go, oh, that's it. No, it takes time to feel into what's happened. They leave an energetic imprint on that, right? And then you, as that individual, will start to integrate that, right? And take it in. And be able to then use it within yourself and receive those messages and stuff like that, right? So definitely a lot to it. What else? What time is it where you're at now? It is 7:00 p.m. And yeah, so what else happened? I mean, there's so much. I'd have to look back. It's just getting to the point where it's like I need to just start writing everything down, because it's getting too much to remember sometimes. It's like, what happened? Unless I'm asked a question that makes me go, oh yeah, because got out. Yeah, because it seems like it passes so. Wow, 2:07 a.m. where I'm at. Wow, yeah, that's early morning. It's definitely, I mean, early, late, but yeah, interesting. So you must be on the others. John Smith, one of those nature chicks drinking from a jar. Yep. And anyways, what else did we do? Any new breaks? There was all kinds of new breaks. So the lesson is to become present. So with Sasquatch this year, maybe not completely for me, but yeah, have you gotten remote viewing? Yeah, and it's figuring out where to place myself with that remote viewing image, right? So again, they go, if you put yourself, yeah, I do wear deodorant and all of that kind of stuff. If you put yourself in in this position, now everything has to line up, right? And once that's achieved, so they give me the image. Here's the water running. Here's where the Sasquatch is supposed to be, and this is the location. So once I find that, I'll energetically be like, feel that confirmation, right? So yeah. Did anyone have any visuals on the last expedition? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. It's like I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, I believe Todd. Yes, Todd had the individual. Todd had the sighting. And then, actually, that's not true. Oh, see? So So I did have a sighting. So where the two stones were stacked, it was kind of dusk. So this is why, unless it's like a hello Adam, like a big here I am. So what happened was Brad was to my left, Todd was to my right, and we were probably 10 feet apart, 10 to 20 feet apart. I don't do yards. And I'm sitting there going, I swear I see something. He's like, yeah, I'm here. And it's like he was cloaking at the same time, moving back and forth from the tree. And I'm like, very interesting. Okay. And I'm like trying to, because it's dusk and you can't really see. And it's like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden this bird attacks Brad out of nowhere. Totally just attacked him. I'm like, interesting. So I believe Sasquatch was using the bird as a distraction because he was going to come and look at what I was viewing, right? And which again was confirmation where the stones were stacked on that pathway when we went to and from the river. No one else was out there when the stones were left. It was just Todd and I. But when I saw the Sasquatch, it was all three of us. I think his daughter was still in the camper. Didn't think she came out that. But the day before that, I think Todd saw the Sasquatch running. So yeah, moving on, running, and then lifting into the air through female eyes. Cool. Willie do it and Betty don't. Do you feel the female Sabe connect with you more, or the males if you differentiate in the mind speak? Yeah, I find that the play energy is going to be the male. They want to play. Come on, have fun. Let's play, let's play, let's play. Because I keep hearing the play. Now with female Sasquatch, it's a lot more soft. The energy is soft. The energy is nurturing. It's like, do you notice me? Are you gonna, learn some lessons? Pick up these soft, subtle, like even with the breaks. They're so soft and feminine when they break something compared to a male Sasquatch. It's like crack, brash, boom. And the Sasquatch, the female, is just like, oh. And they're always a smaller type of tree with the female, just to notice what you notice, right? So there is definitely an energetic between the female and the male Sabe, for sure, yeah. Even with the mind speak. Because with the stones, it was this. Because they want to play. And that's what I feel more so from when I receive images from Sabe. It's the male, the masculine. Hello, Talaha Tour. So, Sasquatch confessions, did you experience any profound telepathic messages? If so, what were they? Well, yeah, I mentioned it with the rocks when they spoke telepathy. This is what I want to do with the rocks. I'm like, oh, that's very playful, right? Very playful. Yeah, I mean, and again, it's what they're saying to me when I'm standing there. That's telepathy. They're not using words, they're using telepathy. So when he's going in between the trees and I'm going, I swear, it's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm going in between cloaking and physical form. I've had someone explain to me when you're looking at the cloaking, it's like looking at a sheet of ice, like a thin sheet. So you know how you get that first layer of ice on like on a lake, right? It's that thin. So I could see it. He's like, yeah, you're looking at me. And see, that's telepathy. He's not saying it in my ears. He's going through the heart. He's going through the mind. That's the telepathy. I feel that the Sasquatch should be open to humanity, helping us ascend consciously. Yeah, they interact more different ways, I guess. And is it really, it's helping awaken the ones that have been chosen for them. They're, to help the humans, help the consciousness of humanity go up, right? That's how I see it when I'm out. A juvenile female showed me her face after I asked who my gift was. See, that's amazing, Julie. So I have had the male Sasquatch that wants to show himself show me his face. He's like, this is what I'll look like. And I'm like, I'm so cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for that. So cool. So cool. So I have been getting the face image. For the past, I would say a couple weeks. So especially if I'm on like WhatsApp or there's a live going on, I can hear the Sasquatch. Okay, again, so when I was on WhatsApp, I could hear them. They were telepathic. They were speaking to me, not with voices, but through the heart, through telepathy. And they're like, yeah, ask him how many are, how many of us are there? And so I'm like, oh, so how many do you feel? He's like, oh, just one. I'm like, nope, there's three. And I heard that. I didn't say it, just so I can really anchor in what I'm actually hearing, right? Because there's always that doubt that can slip in, right? And I'm sitting there, he's like, oh, a couple 5 minutes I'd say goes by, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, actually there's two. I'm like, no, one more. And they were showing me where they were positioned, right? Like, I'm right here, this one's right here, and this one's right here. And then he's like, oh no, actually by the end of it he figured out that there was three there. And the way he's like, over here, and over here, I was like, cool, because how can this person on the phone be seeing what they're showing me and knowing where they all are presented in that frame? You know what I mean? So he's vocally saying this, and they're like mind speaking, right? Telepathy, you know, telepathy. Telepathy, I get why I guess they say mind speak. It's easier to say those words. Where are you from? Alberta, Canada. Three, the sacred number. Yep, it is. And then it's the three corners of the triangle, right? And there's so much to the number three. That's confirmation. Yeah. Hello, where are you from? I thought I answered that. Yeah, okay, good. But what else? See, so much happens when I don't document it. It's like, oh goodness. When people go, how many Sasquatch have you seen? And it's like, oh no. You need to ask me in a different way. 369. Oh, I love that, right? 369. Powerful numbers for sure. And if you use those. Welcome, Jeffrey. Happy to see you here. Chris with 369. Journal. Absolutely. Journaling. And again, I think what I'm going to start doing is journaling like into the phone. So it's nighttime, it's 7 o'clock, India. Well, welcome, India. Welcome, welcome. I'd be like, okay, 7 o'clock, and this is what's happened. And this is how I felt when this was happening, and this and that, right? So Willie do it, and Betty don't. Such a great name, you guys. Do you think they would ask for help if they were injured one? I'm going to guess no, but just wanted your thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I guess if a human was injured, I think they would help the human, but on the other way around, they would have to trust that human. Have they built that relationship with them? They'd probably, telepathy, they'd probably just call in the other Sasquatch that are part of the community. Even if they weren't in their community, they would then, whoever in that tribe would just come and help them. So what's your Centauri name? Hello, Ziki. My business is also in Canada. Oh, well, that's great. What kind of business? What kind of business? Talaha? Should I even ask? Are you married? I am not married. I had a Sasquatch whistle in my house directly behind my head while I was home alone. That was an hour ago. And then you would get the normal response. Were you on mushrooms? What were you on? If they trust you, they will show presence everywhere, even at home, right? Absolutely. And that's where, Todd asks in one of the videos, because he's like, well, I'm like, I don't doubt. He's like, well, what about at home? You're always going blah, blah, saying stuff, because it's hard to comprehend. Appreciate that, Sanjay. Thank you. They are, it's like, it's hard because even though I live directly like east of where they are, it's still hard to, what's up? Are you alive? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, totally was distracted on what I was saying. Oh, because I live directly east of where they are. So if they're popping up and leaving these little glyphs and stuff, accepting is a big part. Absolutely. Accepting is a big part and can be challenging. Oh, Dana, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Always appreciate your support as well. Caught us live here. Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. Love and light. Welcome. Love and light. Yes, Ash, you look great. Great show. Thank you, Jim. Accepting, yes. Beautiful inside and out. Appreciate all of you. Thank you. Julie Bean. Yeah, Julie Bean. Yeah, there is noise from cars. Yeah, I'm not out in the deep, vast wilderness. So yeah, you'll hear cars. Um, Hello, Ash. Hello, embrace the journey. Welcome. But yeah. Anyways, so I guess accepting gifts when they happen out there. I love you too, Canada. Yes. Is easier than having that here, but it just when they happen inside of like a closed off, room, you're like, okay, how did that happen? I don't know. Sometimes it goes, is this paranormal? Is it a ghost? But did you just say deep ass? No, deep vast wilderness. VAST, not ass. Um, anyways, distracting me. They will show up near urban areas. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and again, you guys, these are beings that know how to come into coherence with objects and use that as a teleportation. There's just so much to it, right? Levitation. There's humans that are starting to achieve this, right? So it's nice to see. And I guess it's like, I don't know, do you guys know what mediumship is? Yeah. Where are you from? Canada. What's going on here? Canada. We're from Canada. And a lot of the others. There are some here from Canada. I have interactions with Sasquatch daily. Um, yeah. Guess if you're communicating with them intentionally, that can happen for myself. I mean, maybe I'm not always intentionally asking questions. Well, I guess I did this morning and I was getting my answers. They're always testing and always seeing your growth, right? Welcome, India. So that's nice to know. So anyways, let's get back to the presence trees. Trees. Yes, use the trees as teleportation, right? They're doing it with me intentionally more than anything. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So being in every now moment is what we're. No, I've never been, but I know of it. Just I've never been there. So being in the present, in the now moments, touch the trees. I love touching the touching the trees, right? Absolutely, coming to coherence. That's how you come into coherence with things, right? Like even I will touch the resin and chew on the resin of the tree when it calls to me as well, which is nice. If you can talk to them that way, find out where they are so Todd can see a real one. Yeah, well, they all have to be in alignment with that. I try to guide and be an energy catalyst for that to happen. I I know Sasquatch had my back again with what happened with the being in the present moment. That message was not strictly for me. I'm always going, what am I doing in this now moment? Hands on the steering wheel, or am I washing dishes, always being in this now moment, bringing the breath, being very conscious of every thought that we're thinking, right? So it's yeah. Anyways, have you ever asked for maybe a natural healing remedy for an ailment that they would use? Maybe not exactly for them, yeah. And more so it'd be like, what are they using if they get a cut, or if some kind of gash were to happen? It's like sealing it with some kind of resin, and then maybe some mosses and stuff, right? So that type of, like a salve, right? Like I'll use pine salve. I'll use Gillian balm, which is like a poplar pine pitch when they're first starting to bud their leaves. The pine salve, it's like your pine pitch, so it's the resin that's made into a balm, into a salve. I That's what they use for wounds, healings of wounds, and that can go with a muscle ache if they have a muscle ache. I don't even know if they would. We experience muscle aches because of how domesticated and conditioned we are. So, I mean, I haven't taken Advil and Tylenol in like years, And I don't even, so it's being that much in alignment with yourself and with nature that you can achieve that as well. So that's a good question. Thanks for asking that. Now, let's say like a healing remedy for a cough or something. Well, again, it's, yeah, when I come into the juniper berries, I will use that, and they say it's to open up that respiratory, like open up the sinus cavities. Like juniper is really good for that, and then also it's good for cleansing. It's good for addictions. If you're using juniper berry as addiction, you can like use the berries. You can use an essential oil and stuff. What? Well, they probably don't need to use anything other than they're so connected. They don't have to use any kind of natural supplement. Maybe there's that one. It's good stuff right there. Um, Goatweed, I believe, is something like that. Maybe that's what they use as a Viagra. Ash, go over the energy coming up from the earth, going through you and soaring into the sky. The toroidal field. Yes. So the multi-dimensional Mother Earth, the core of the, yeah, we can do that. So again, we'll go into physical and we'll interweave into multi-dimensional because we're all interconnected, right? So it's anchoring your energy. You can do this whether you're in a house, in an apartment, touching the raw earth, and just anchoring in and really, good morning, Brittner. It's evening here. Good morning, good evening. So we anchor in, like really put that energy, send that energy down and wrap it around the multi-dimensional earth core, right? Bringing that Mother Earth creation up into our body. And then even bringing in that source energy down, like that light, golden light, that bright white light into your heart, spinning that around. And then on your exhale, you're going to expand that out. Or we can even send it back down to earth, right? So that is the creation, that Mother Earth, the energy, that multi-dimensional, bringing it up, connecting to it. It's the green grass, it's the clover, it's the dandelion, right? That's all infused from that nature into that multi-dimensional Mother Earth's core, bringing up into all this life force energy, right? That's coming up into our body, into it, feel it come into your legs, and then you can outsource it, connect it to source energy and bring that down and anchor it in both from Mother Earth and Father Sky. Give source energy, creation. Grass on the feet, the best medicine, God's true gift. Have you felt where they have walked when you are out there? Yeah, absolutely. Big thing is I'll pick up on their energy when I'm walking around. Embrace the journey. You're welcome. Sometimes I get distracted with that, but with that question or that comment, embrace the journey, it really helped me ground myself. So, thank you. But have you felt where they have walked when you were out there? Yes, yes, yes. I can follow that energy. This is where I can go off over here and go off over there, and it could be a never-ending adventure, right? So I have to make sure I'm staying physical, connected to Mother Earth, playing with, like, usually they're twigs. I'll sit there and I'll snap around because it keeps me more in the physical realm so I don't just fall away and end up in a 411 situation. But yeah, I can feel their energy everywhere we walk, where they have been, and vice versa. That's why I found the trackway where he ran down the Porcupine Trail and then diverted into the forest. I could see the energy imprints. So when I put my foot into those energy imprints, then I felt the track, and I was like, he was here. I've seen that ever since my first expedition. That's one of the gifts they really opened up for me. It lights up for me, takes me on a wild goose chase. Yeah, and again, the best way I can describe it, it's like a gold frequency. It's like sparkly little gold, right? Yeah. Do you think they would any let you in on any grieving for a lost family member? Yeah, that feels like very personal. I I feel that as, again, it's it would only happen if you had a really big, yeah, Bigfoot loves Reiki energy. Absolutely. It's a two-way street. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. I don't think so, unless you're like they've actually come to you and made you part of their family, their tribe. I don't think they would want that. There's definitely a different energy that happens when they're going through that. But Bigfoot loves Reiki energy. Yes, Bigfoot loves energy healing and can do it, but we can do it as well, right? They love that, all of that. And that's a good way to explain like Reiki and energy healing. It's all just energy, right? So for sure, they do like that. And they have taught. They've even come along, like with Jason when he was on top of the mountain. They laid his hands, or like not even, because they can do it without even, you don't even have to be present, and you can use Reiki, you can use energy clearings and healing and remove those blocks out of people. So they do like it because they use it themselves. And we've just as humans have come up in higher consciousness, there's more of us using these abilities like Reiki and energy healing and Akashic records and purification, just a different kind, just being that light, right? So Tony, yeah, okay, hi. They have shown presence in times on need when I lost a family member, just to let you know. Yeah, that's what I got. Personal. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I got too. You make it sound like a Bigfoot kumbaya. Well, you know, maybe the for select few, right? I think they would like that. If people could just actually come from their authentic, laugh, playful self and be kumbaya and do that, I think that would make them happy, and maybe we'd achieve more success with them as well. But yeah, anyways, they definitely would love that. Yeah, because too many people are just too in their heads, aren't coming from joy and love because they don't even know how to experience. Oh, the only way I can, it's not myself because I don't do this, but I'm gonna drink so I can feel something. I'm gonna get, high so I can get all goofy and laughy. Like, that to me makes no sense. That's just a distraction from what we truly are. And it's a way to numb yourself out, right? Get it? Emotions and feelings can be a pain in the butt. Absolutely. Frustrating at times. But just experience it and let it go. Because that's how intelligent we are. And success is us. Like the true success is what happens to us when we are connected to Sasquatch spirit. Yeah. Right? Totally agree. And the more we're open, the more we're innocent, the more we're in gratitude, the more we're coming from the present moment, the more we're in that love, that true authentic us version, the more you're going to interact with them. No, that is not. But thanks, Jim. Just water with magnesium. Being in nature, smell, sound, vibration is a high, right? It is, absolutely. And because that again is the olf factor. When you breathe things in like that, it's going right past and going into that part of the brain without anything attached to it. And you can get, so again, to that comment, if you can achieve those feel good, happy things without drinking that medicine, I wouldn't even call it medicine, I mean that garbage, that not so good stuff that poisons you, then you're on to something. So if you can be your happy, joyful, successful, expressive self without allowing these people to bump you with, oh, you're drinking, you're doing that, then you're living in your true, authentic version. It's like, yeah, I could, drink kombucha, which is just a fermented drink that people use for gut health, and I can get giggly off of that because it's fermented just a little bit, right? So, again, it's just a fermentation process. Silly, silly. People still need to, and what? We send love and light to those people that still haven't gotten to the higher consciousness. It's happening. You see it in nature, and again, they put people who feel that way in rubber rooms. Do they? Yeah, and see, and it should be the other way around. But how often are we getting giggly? Yeah, not very. I don't know. Do you how often are you enjoying life, right? Like, if you're not getting giggly and you're sitting there like, I'm so serious, I take everything, I have a stick up my butt. Right? Like, whatever, guys. I get giggly just watching my pup live her life, right? Absolutely, every day. I get giggly when I see silliness like that come through on comments. It's like, ha 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 ha. It's good. It's good. It's did. It's good, Ash. Yeah. It is good. Absolutely. Anyways, what else? It's definitely different. I mean, is there laughter? Absolutely, there's laughter there. And it's different when you're out on expedition because, he has to make sure everyone's taken care of. And absolutely, laughter is medicine. Thank you, Julie. You have to make sure that you're taking care of people that are out there, right? There are different situations, but laughter is experienced for sure a lot when you're out there. Giggly, maybe not so much giggly, but there's laughter. I get giggly when I poke and bug people. So just like when you sit there poke and bug, it's funny. It's a two-way street. Knock, knock. Welcome, China. China Productions is in the house, or in the room, or in the. Right? Welcome. Anyways, we're all just giggling on laughter here. I'm at my own best medicine. Yeah. Well, and that's again. We are our own medicine. We are our own. Absolutely. Don't allow anyone to shift. When are you on next? Oh, I might be on. Well, I'm going out to the wilderness tomorrow, so I'll probably do one tomorrow night from the actual deep, vast wilderness, not ass wilderness, deep, vast wilderness. So, yeah, probably do that again tomorrow. Possibly Saturday, but maybe not because there'll be people out there. I'm my own worst enemy. Well, so when you talk like that, yes, absolutely, don't do that. But I understand what you're saying. I can say that about myself, like self-sabotage, but I'm aware. It's being consciously aware. At least you're aware. That's going to create the transformation. So you're aware that you're your own worst enemy. So why don't you start becoming your best friend? Hello, Ireland. Welcome. We'd love to visit Ireland one day for sure. Being aware is the start. Who's there? Boom, of course. Boom. Who's there? Everyone's here. The amazing supportive community. Julie, Willie, do it. Betty, don't. Sasquatch Confessions. Embrace the journey. And yes, Jeffrey was here. I'm not sure if they are. Dana was here. And anyways, how's the success going over in China's world? Love to hear what's happening with you. And also, if anyone's up for, doing lives and going maybe on a deep dive, maybe we can do it more, not even on a live. But I want to deep dive into the spirituality connected with the physical form. Can't wait to see what you discover this weekend out in the wild. Yes. Melanie, welcome. Long time no see. Well, I see your likes over on Instagram. Always appreciated. Nice to see you here. Michelle, welcome, welcome. Let's dive deep. Right? Like I want to get woo. Make these people go, what? What are you talking about? Talk about energies, talk about frequency, right? Let's light it up, come into coherence. Energy is the new frequency is our medicine, right? You guys, that's where it's at. Manage that self-talk. Absolutely. Use the double standard method. How would you speak to a child having the same negative thoughts as you? What a great perspective, right? Exactly. Talk to yourself that way. I love that. Let's dive deep. If you all heard my experiences, that's boom. Love to do a live deep dive. Yeah. Ash, I need to reinstall WhatsApp. Yes, please do it. You know my number. Or if not, I still have your number on my WhatsApp. So, yes, let's go. Woo. Yes, let's go. Woo. Absolutely. How do you change your frequency? It's even gratitude. Just being, just keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even if you don't know what you're thankful for, like there's so many small little things, but even if you just start with thank you. Breath will start to change your frequency. And there's music on YouTube, depending on which app you use. Definitely will start to change the resonance within your body, with your DNA and stuff like that, because go Google that Emoto water structure guy that did all those crystals. That's what happens inside our body, right? Long time. Have you heard of the moon infused water? Yes, I have. My mother has done that for a very long time as well with the moon. Um, yeah. So very powerful. It's also powerful though, right? All of it. Brazil, welcome. Neurogenesis is increased when you talk to yourself in the second person as a coach, reportedly. Really? So that's interesting. I want to know that. That's really good to know. Would would love to try moon infused water. Awesome. Yes, powerful. That's like even like sun infusing herbs into water, like filling this up with water and then putting the herbs in that glass and allowing it to sit in the sun. And then of course, like, don't drink the herbs, but just dump it into another glass and then drink it that way. It just brings out a different form of whatever you have, like the dandelion. It all depends, right? You can even just do your regular teas that way. And then you get the frequency, that life force energy from the sun we all love so much. We are light. We are stardust. Right? So, yeah. Oh, so, yeah. So anyways, what else? What else? What else? What else? I have a jug of moon infused water for sale. Moonshine? Jim, is that what it is? Moonshine? Um, wow, hey, you could put some gemstones in that and infuse it with some gemstones, like some rose quartz. Let's get a little hippie, right? That's all you mean. Get a little natural, get back to your roots. Don't be so disconnected from yourself and all that is. Get outside, stop thinking within that box. That's what I find a lot of people like to do, right? When focus on that problem, so that problem just gets worse. Just bought rose quartz, awesome. Yeah, I bought a sphere probably a couple of months ago, and it was powerful. I love rose quartz. As of this year, I wasn't a fan, but obviously it was that unconditional love, something that the energetics needed with that. Opal has been one of my favorites to infuse as well. Is there benefits from drinking out of copper? I was given copper. I don't know. You're probably fine with it. There can be some benefit, yes. Again, always balancing. Like everything needs to be balanced. Hello, Maxie. When you infuse copper into yourself, you have to make sure you're doing zinc as well. Like you can't. There is a balance between the two. everything we do, we have to make sure we're replenishing. So copper will make you deficient in zinc. So if we're not taking that the zinc, then it's counterintuitive. So just be careful. Just being aware of your body. Canada is where we're from. I am from. Hey, what's up, Ash? What's up? Crept out. What's new and exciting? Had some great experiences and lots of telepathy is getting stronger and stronger. More gifts from Sasquatch. Zinc does fight viruses. Shh, we probably shouldn't say that, right? Oh goodness. What are you talking about, Julie? What are you talking about? No such thing as that. Yeah, it's really good at building the immune. Very good at building your immune. The crow, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. But yep. What else? Going back out this weekend, so that's exciting. My new puppy's exciting. This little girl right here, she's exciting. I love her so much. Yeah, she's so cute. She likes her bones. Yep, she's a good dog. She's a good dog. Yep, she brings in the light for sure. Now my stand's all crooked. Sorry about that. Anyways, what else? Nothing like some good heavy metals to start the day. I'm not gonna comment on that, but you should be detoxing from heavy metals all the time. Yeah, she's definitely a little sprout. She's a good dog. She's a little puppy. But yeah, you make sure you detox from those heavy metals that are coming from everywhere. Expedition partner. Yeah. Hey, that emoji kind of matches her for sure. But yeah. Well, I don't know. She'd probably like barf away. She'd be bait, is what I'm told. She's a bait. She'd just draw them into you. No, she's a good girl. She's very she's really helped me. Yeah, I would definitely consider myself an empath. I really believe that she is really in tune with energy, and she's helped me gain my telepathy even stronger as well, because I can hear her. It's quite interesting. And again, she's reflecting ours. Can I pet the dog? Yeah, pet the dog. But got to go. Well, thank you for being here, Ziki. Appreciate your support always. Love and light. But she's definitely a life, when I don't know if she'll come out on expedition. Camping, yes. Would I consider myself an empath? I mean, intuitive? Yes. Other people would absolutely say, absolutely, she is an empath. I can feel people. She is a beauty. Thank you. Oh, and now there's that on my phone. Okay. And I can hear people's souls talk to me, especially from little kids. I can see people's energetic blocks and stuff. Does she use telepathy to tell you she needs to go out? She pissed in the house. She does not go to the bathroom in the house. She would go outside, right? Unless she lived in the barn, maybe she would pee in the barn. And no, she's been really good that way. That's one thing I love, that she doesn't go to the bathroom in the house. So thank goodness that was done and over with by the time I got her. So she was already trained. So no. What else, guys? What else? So yeah, we'll come back tomorrow night with boots on the ground. Well, I mean, good or bad, there's no right or wrong, up or down, whatever. Can you actually Enneagram test? And where do you find that? It's just an app? Like, I've never even heard of that. You can really start to anchor in your own light and become, because I use coaches and stuff. Same time, maybe earlier. I'm not 100% sure. I'll post the reel or shorts probably the same time, 7 o'clock. So it's 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, between 7 and 8. My time, Mountain Standard Time. But anyways, you can learn. I like using coaches and stuff to make sure when you're, using and releasing these things, just envision yourself on a rock and that you're just a portal of light coming from like the sky, from Mother Earth, and you're just that vessel of light, just up and down, right? You're not absorbing. Don't expand it out. You can bring it back in and keep it close to your body, so you're just that vessel, and then you can expand it out at times and really know that cords and bonds are real, and you can actually take them out of your energetics. And again, if you're doing your work, people, you should get to the sovereignty of, no, I'm not taking that on, and you can push it back to wherever it's coming from. Being an empath is useful if one can observe without absorbing. Right? See, exactly what Dana said. That is why I wouldn't call myself an empath, because I have learned now not to absorb people. And I, strictly my energetic body, my aura. And if I feel someone creeping, it's like, you can push them out, right? So, really good. Thank you for mentioning that. Just search Google and it'll pop up. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I definitely will. Check that out. What else? Anywho. But anyways, I want to just say thank you all for, wisdom. Exactly, wisdom. It's going through. I never used to be a person that wanted to be by, so many people, because I would absorb. Now that I've learned to do what he just said, observe without absorbing, and that is just amazing to be able to achieve that. Like, and you can feel it in your body, even like more personal relationships can trigger those unconscious beliefs, but now it's like, I see what's happening here, and you can observe it, and then you can send it back, or be like, I know what's happening, and just go on, right? Like, absolutely observe and not absorb. I feel I have had empathy qualities. It has helped me to read people and understand them, right? So you're observing, which you're using that empathic, that telepathy, that, like, I can see this is why I always look to the side, because like I can see the energetics, like, okay, energy, interesting, I can see that. And again, it's all who you connect with. So, and knowing your energy within your body without absorbing other people, and staying in that observing state, even when you go to the store or whatever, you're able to then go, does this person, how does this person feel? Let's back up, right? And back up and stay out of that aura and stuff. So it definitely helps you understand them and read them. Absolutely. Like, I love that. Embrace the journey, because that's a lot, I'll do that with people, like, okay, so if I say that can happen, because you're observing, and then this is how I'm going to present this communication to them, so they don't maybe revert and get angry or something, because you can feel. So it helps you improve your communication to people, because you can observe instead of absorb. Yes, great. That's just amazing. Okay, good night, Talaha, Famoto, hello, Jolito, Adventures, welcome. But yeah, so it's really good to observe and strengthen that, right? It's called maturity. There we go. It's called maturity too, and wisdom. See, that's can't argue with that, Julie. You're that's good. Absolutely, it's called maturity. It's called wisdom. As we age, yeah, I don't even want to say age because we're never aging. We're just maturing. So, nicely done. Absolutely, love it. Great show, guys. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow in the deep vast wilderness. See you tomorrow. Bring all your questions. Uh, Connect that way. And anyways, thank you for shining your lights, showing up here, and supporting this amazing adventure and creating this great community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.